There's something really important, I think, from life that we just don't seem to be doing anymore. The more things or the more potential that we can have through connection, and I mean connection through social media and all that kind of funky stuff, the more we're disconnected. We're more distracted. And when we're distracted and not focusing on ourselves, we're trying to have all of the things. And when you've got all of the things, or try to get all of the things, you leave no room for yourself. And what I mean by no room for yourself, I mean that self-mastery, being ultimately knowing exactly who you are and what you stand for. Most people don't know what their purpose is. And I see a lot of people drifting along in life, just doing a thing, but not really focusing on themselves. They'd rather take a job which they don't really like because they don't really know what they want. Can't wait for weekends so they can drown their sorrows, go out with their mates, try and forget about that shitty week, and then of course it all goes on again. But what if we look at self-mastery? What I mean by that is self-sovereignty over the self. What does sovereignty mean anyway? Well, it means supreme power, and self-sovereignty means self-sovereignty is total supreme power over yourself, every element of it. And I always believe, as my coaches talk about as well, but I believe in it as well, is how you do one thing is how you do all things. So how are you acting when nobody's looking? Are you still that helpful, cheerful guy? Are you the guy crying, looking in front of the mirror, wishing his life was different? Or girl? It doesn't matter who, I'm not discriminating, because it happens to us all. And here's the thing. And one thing I've noticed in my own life, and I notice it in my members and clients' lives as well, people I talk to, is that if you don't take priority or prioritize your life, others will do it for you. So if you are not clear on what your intention is to do things day by day, or your whole life purpose, if you like, if you don't prioritize your life, someone else will do it for you. And then that leads to resentment, sacrifice and resentment. Same with choice. If you don't choose, if you don't make a choice on something that you want to do, then someone else will make it for you. They will. Even not choosing is choosing. If it's not a yes, if it's not a no, then it's a no, because you're not saying yes. A don't know doesn't count. It's this whole taking on the responsibility of this choice or this priority that we mostly fear. We don't want to take responsibility for it. We don't want to be blamed for it. We don't want to take blame or responsibility for anything. And so we'll allow someone else to do it. That happens every day. And it's usually subconsciously, because we've been doing it that many times, we just take a blind acceptance. I remember, here's a story. I remember when my son started primary school, and I was older than most of the teachers there. But the whole teacher-student or teacher-child thing was still playing in my mind. So when I was there, I was seeing this teacher, but all I could feel was I was back at school again. I was the child. And I was talking to these teachers as if I has to ask permission for things, and I was older than them. But that's how big a story and that imprint, that script, that was still in my mind from years ago when I was at school, because you were supposed to do what the teacher said. And it still played. I could feel it. I could feel the feeling. It was amazing. And you sort of get that as well with parents or people who had an influence in your life at some point. And these are the times and the occurrences when we think, hold on, have I got self-mastery over me? Have I got self-sovereignty, ultimate supreme power over myself? Everything, just like I mentioned the other day. Yourself, your body, do you look after it? Do you nourish it? Do you look after yourself first? Do you have that balance in life? And I'm not going to say work-life balance, because it's not about that. It's about agreeing what is important to you and doing it in the right order. And of course, what is your purpose? Are you living a fulfilled life? Are you unhappy and miserable? Because we've only got one shot at this. I know I'm 45, and there's things I haven't done these last 3 years for me, or the last 2.5 years, up until last year, would just feel like a black hole. I didn't fulfill the promises I set myself, so that brought me down. I didn't do the things that I said I was going to do for myself, or my wife, or my son. And for that, I can feel shame, I can feel guilt, and I have, but I also know that's just the lowest form of energy. It's the lowest vibrational energy, and it's just a waste. All I can do is act now and control, prioritise, kill any addictions, kill all the things that'll prevent you from having a great body, eat properly, kill the food addiction, the junk food, or the alcohol, or the sugar, or whatever it is. Or sitting mindlessly watching TV, or on the internet, or drugs. It could be anything. Kill the addictions, prioritise your life, make a choice, and then move forwards and become a master of yourself. Thanks for watching, guys. Until tomorrow. See ya.